make sense that the wages is increasing. Are we going to get a better performance? I doubt it. Like, that's going to be the minimum wage. Like, wouldn't you expect to still keep minimum, like the minimum wage worse?
People be doing the minimum and already get paid above minimum wage. So for sure, it's gonna be horrible.
Hey, that's a killer right there. I paid a cat what he asked, and I mean, he's now the worst on the team. Like, and he
But
get more.
that's like, that's where, like, do you just pay commissions for what people choose to do?
I can't because
it's commission based.
You can't because I need all the control that I can have in order to keep my shit like flowing. You get what I'm saying? Like the commission situation for me would be, it would give the employee too much control, which would tank my whole brand.
Sure.
Because our whole brand is based on being consistent. Like, you're not gonna beat me in consistency. You can't touch me in consistency.
Produce the same thing over and over again, huh?
Over and over, everything. Like, basically, you getting the same timing, the same. I gotta switch up the people. Like, I can't let you get the same people over and over, so you can't start finessing me. But for the most part, we built on consistency. Just need to get Mike in here so we can get going. Knowing him, he took a break.
I'm ready to text him.
Yeah, send him a text. Maybe maybe Mike took this moment to grab him something to eat. Yo, Mr. Trey Neer, what's goody? So we can't see you, but I'm sure you ain't seen us like this in a minute.
For real.
Yeah, man. So what's the wage situation looking like out there where you at? What is it? South Carolina or North Carolina?
North Carolina, Charlotte, bro. Truthfully, I ain't paying no attention to it, bro. I can't even tell you what it is right now. Only thing that's been letting me pay attention to it a little bit, my son's about to turn 14, so he want to go on payroll. So I can get him a worker's permit and actually truly hire him now. So he's been asking. I think it's probably in that like $10, $11 range. So I'm gonna bring him in. I told him I'll bring him in at $15 an hour. Let him come help me.
That's fire. Is it 14 out here too, or what? You don't know?
I don't even know what it is at home, bro. I stopped paying attention to it. Yeah, I got out of the hiring phase. Like I told you, so for me, really looking at more of when it boils down like sales reps, trying to find commission guys.
So I know you got the whole contract for the spot now too, right? With your personal company, right?
Yeah.
Who installs that for you?
So far, that's been about 3 or 4 days ago. So trying to bring somebody in to actually sub. I got one guy who I can bring in, but for the volume that's been coming through, I've been doing it myself, bro. I've been on your time, bro. Take me and one of the little ones go out there and knock it down.
Hey, I need to probably put my son. Well, his ass about to go to King Drew, so I really want him to focus up. I'm like, yo, you can go be a doctor, bro. Like, that kind of conversation was it was one that we threw around families. Like, oh, you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, but he actually going to King Drew. Like, you got the means to actually train to be a doctor as a kid, and I want to push him into that. I didn't want to push him into nothing, but I think I'm gonna push his ass into that for sure. Like, it's just a good, like, the majority of my clients, bro. I got one client. He a doctor. I think he like a bone doctor or some shit. He even ended up doing like like one of my grandma's surgeries or something crazy by happenstance. But it ain't shit that he can't get and don't want. You see what I'm saying? Like, my son need that. He ain't gonna make no, he ain't gonna be no ball player, nigga, so. Next. Yeah. And you ain't smacking crack rock, you see what I'm saying? You got crack rock and you ain't got no wicked jump shot, nigga. You a doctor.
For real, man. Might as well.
Man, that's a
There we go.
man, I don't know what Instagram did to me. They sabotaged me. So you gotta
I was
hold.
like, oh, man, we can't even hear you.
Hey, I'll tell you some real shit though. I don't know. You can't hear me again?
No, no,
I
we
can hear you.
couldn't hear you. We good.
But yeah, speaking about
Oh.
earlier.
Yeah, so
Yeah, man.
Mike, I was asking Brandon what was that minimum wage situation looking like in North Carolina. He was saying he really ain't pay attention, but what should we be expecting with the wage increase? Because it seemed like the more money I pay cash, the worse they get.
Well, here's the one thing, bro. Like there's an entitlement that comes with an obligatory minimum wage setting. So it's like, hey, at least you can't pay me any less. You know what I mean? And I think that there's a whole mindset that comes with that. And unfortunately, there is, you kind of have to make a solid pick up front based on, what the candidate pool looks like. Right? Yeah. So
we
I
went
don't know
through
if
some.
that's rolling the dice or what.
We looked at some of my
Hey, Kang,
resumes. And
what's up, Walt?
remember, we looked at the resumes that I had. Got at least one or two. We went over some resumes, B, and Mike was shredding my shit. Like, man, throw this shit in the trash. Throw this shit in the trash. I'm like, yo, but this is the whole pool. Like, it's not like there's one in there that's just like a gem. Like, I don't think they teaching people how to write resumes. Like, that's what I came down to.
So look, I'm gonna tell you I told you this before. When I went to Crenshaw High School, bro, they put me in a program called the Shell Youth Training Academy, and they taught us how to, 1, write a resume, 2, critique your own resume, 3, learn business etiquette. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam's really one of the folks we should have on here as well. But hey, Sam, are you able to join us?
Oh, you breaking up. But Sam, can you get in?
No. So look, the Shell Youth Business Training Academy, bro, it was one of the best things they could have put in the hood. They taught you like real life scenarios. They brought in real life professionals to actually, go through business scenarios, teach you how to answer a phone when you get to an actual business. Like there was a lot of very valuable information that you got, and you were being paid minimum wage. Like that was the cost of admission. You know what I mean? Like you have to train these people, bro. Like if you're paying the minimum wage, you just know like they aren't going to come equipped with the skill set that you need in order to, to be valuable until you actually give them essential training. What up, Sam?
Yo.
Did I knock everybody else off?
Yeah, man. What's wrong?
Nah, we all
Good
here.
morning.
Okay, cool. Oh, they at the bottom. All right, got it. This is my first time, man. I'm virgin.
Hey, we all getting our cherry pop right now.
Yeah, for real.
There we go. Continue, Mike. I'm here.
Yeah, so we were talking about.
Yeah, so that's.
Oh, go ahead, Kev.
No, I was gonna say, and mentioning that shell training that you got and writing resumes and whatnot. What do we do about the people who never had that training? Like, what do we do? This job pool, employee pool is looking bad, and they increasing the money. Like, I'm scared to pass that money on to my clients, like that extra. So what should I be looking at? Yeah.
let me tell you, bro. Like the one thing, like sometimes you can tell what potential is based on, the way a resume is written. And in my opinion, the one thing you can't buy is ambition. If somebody has ambition to want to do well, that's the one thing that you can't see necessarily on a resume. And if you're willing to roll the dice and take a chance on somebody who's ambitious and who's willing to actually, do what it takes, have an open mind when it comes to learning and, get the job done, then that's the person you bet your chips on, in my opinion.
I agree. But yeah, in regards to you, Kevin, in regards to like passing it on to the clients know that stuff is getting more expensive. Like your products are getting more expensive. The gas is more expensive. So it's like when I used to detail cars, I used to tell them like, stuff's going up. I'm sorry. I know I used to wash the cars for 15, but now it's 20. That was back in the day. I know you charge more than that. But it was one of
that
those
was way
things.
back in the day.
Nigga, that was like 05.
Yeah.
But and then a lot of them didn't like it. They were like, I'm used to this price, and I'm like, I get it, but I'm driving from here to Fontana in an Astro van, and gas is just more expensive. I'm sorry. And then they were bitching whine for a little bit, and then after that, they're like, okay, yeah, well, we tried to find somebody else to do it, and they don't do the job that you do. So they would gladly pay the $20 to not have their car scratched up or messed up or water neck, et cetera, et cetera.
Yo,
But
Aces makes a really good point.
It was hard.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm just reading this comment right here. She said that a resume tells an employer what you did in the past, not what you will do for them. That's exactly what Kev was talking about when we were kind of critiquing the resumes when we went through them. I think that's an important thing to notice. But here's the other thing with regard to that: an employer, if the employer doesn't have the capacity to put you at a different level, then you're going to stay where you are. You know what I'm saying? And we may not know as future employers what you can do. And so if we're just basing it off your resume, I see why a lot of people lie on their resumes. Like it shouldn't be a thing, but if they feel like they can do something 10 times better, with regard to something they haven't done for that specific employer yet, then I feel like it's necessary to be listed.
Yeah.
Well,
I think my
thing. I told you.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was telling Mike, like, I don't believe shit nobody write on the resume. Not one fucking word. I don't care what you done told me how good you was, how diligent you was a team player. All that's bullshit. Like, I'm like, come try out. Like, come here, show me what you can do, and then I'm going to assess you based on what I see. Like, if you talking about you're a team player, but you do the one little job and you're not looking to do something else and you see everybody else working, you're not no team player. Like, but everybody gonna write team player on the damn resume. Like,
look, man, there's certain key words that the internet crawls and picks up in order for you to even look at their resume.
Mm-hmm.
And team player, unfortunately, is one of them ones. Even if you're dealing with an extrovert, the introvert also has to put that they're a team player.
Yeah. So let's get to this title right here. So wages is increasing. We know, I think Mike said somebody was going up to like $22 a minimum wage.
Texas.
Yeah, there's a state that's doing that.
That's crazy. But what? Like, that's nuts.
I think it was Texas. Yeah. It's necessary though, but like, how many businesses are they gonna put out of business by increasing it? How many businesses are gonna be out of business by increasing it from 15 to 22 so abruptly?
A lot.
Yeah, probably none. If the client understand that they price about to raise $10, you get what I'm saying? Like who's to eat the price, the profit margin?
How did it get passed along? Yeah, I get it.
Cost of doing business go to the customer.
Yeah, but how many
Yeah.
customers now do I keep? You see what I'm saying? At $50 washes, like
Ah, that's a
that
good point, Candace.
that probably go to 26. Yeah, my bad. That was for Candace Creations. Usually the minimum wage prices we see on TV, it's usually based on 26 or more employees. If you in California, but even as a small business right now in California, I think I'm at $15 California, but LA County got a $16 wage minimum.
Yeah.
So I gotta go by LA.
$15.96.
Yeah, so I gotta go by LA counties when we working in LA County and not California states. Man. So with the wage increase, do we expect employees' performance to increase, or are we expecting to still get the same minimum wage performance at higher prices?
Okay. I think we lost Sam.
Yeah, he coming back right now.
There you go. Sam, you heard the question?
Yeah, I did. My Wi-Fi was tripping. Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, so are we expecting employees to perform in a lot better situation, or are they going to still give us the same minimum wage performance, even though the price is increasing?
I mean, the person is the person. So if this person has already been working for you 6 months to a year, and they're giving you the bare minimum with the minimum wage, and the government has forced you to increase their wage without you increasing their wage because of their performance, they're not going to change. It's going to be the same bullshit. They're going to still perform the same, do as less as possible, hide in the stock room, whatever that looks like for anybody's business. You know what I mean? Go get the water. Like, what are you doing? All thirsty,
Hey,
dude.
dudes don't drink water all day till they get to work.
Yeah, like, oh, now you healthy.
Keep going to the bathroom and staying in the bathroom.
Nigga don't even piss and shit at home, but he
Right.
pissing and shitting at work every 15 minutes. Like, bruh,
Oh
you got
man.
the kidney stone? Like, what's going on? But
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
don't think
Sam, you a
the
fool.
performance is gonna go up. Like, if you, the employer, increased it, like, man, we see you guys are working hard and we met our quota and here's a bonus, I could see people working harder. But if the government mandated and forced you to increase it by $5, that employee is gonna be that employee.
Yeah, but I think that the
Mike hit something when
go
Mike,
ahead,
you hit something when you said with the training program that you went through. The biggest thing is training the people that you hire. So, you know, your training procedure, your training process got to be on point to make that value stand out.
Yeah, and if you're
I'm
gonna
in
pay
agreement.
somebody $22 an hour,
With that.
yeah, if you're gonna pay $22
Hell
an
yeah, it's
hour
worth
for an
training them.
employee, like, well, not only is it worth training them, but it's worth it to you to revise your SOPs, because now as an employer, you got much more to lose. You know what I mean? And
Oh
so
yeah,
you need to make sure, yeah, you need to make sure that like these standard operating practices are written in a way to where somebody, the skill set of a employee who's expecting minimum wage can do it, and they can be interchangeable. Because realistically, the employee, like Sam said, is the employee, and the only thing that the only real thing that you really want to change out, if you want to change them out, is their attitude toward the job. And if that attitude doesn't fit, then
true.
they're an incompatible employee.
True.
So all of that is still good, but are y'all saying that now? So what I was saying earlier, Sam, when we was on the Zoom, was that a lot of people speak about this minimum wage increase and living wage and all that conversation, and I think they only see the big companies, the Targets, the Walmarts, the so on and so forth, but never necessarily see the smaller companies like me, like to add $2-3 onto my minimum wage situation eats into profit margin, right? So of
Correct.
course I'm gonna have to try to pass that buck on to the customer, right?
Correct.
But now you tend to lose customers because in my field, there's still the $5 car wash, it's still the $7 car wash. Yeah, it ain't gonna be the same, but it also ain't $40. You get what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
50. It's not $50. So,
Yeah.
um, where, I guess that's. I mean, you said it. Shit, how many businesses they gonna put out of business, basically?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. But like people like you, people like me, people like Mike, we have to compete with the Walmarts and the Targets and the InNOuts who's already paying over above minimum wage. So in order for me to keep an employee, like I pay my employee $35 an hour, sometimes 50 an hour, sometimes $75 an hour, depending on what job we're on. But his alternative, he works at Edison. So it's like I have to compete with Edison for his free time now. So in order to have a good employee, you have to actually take an employee from another employer. You don't want somebody that doesn't have a job. That's where, when you guys were talking about the resumes earlier, I look for job history, period. When's the last time you had a job? Oh, I've been off for 6 months. No. You're not currently working. You're not currently getting a salary. You're desperate. You'll take minimum wage? No, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to steal a employee from an employer. That's my goal as an employer. Because if they're not already working and already hustling and already making money, then you're not a good fit for the team. You're just not.
I believe
Sorry,
that.
not sorry. Yeah. So with the wage increase, I don't feel like you pay your employees minimum wage. They get to keep their tips or whatever that looks like, but you're not paying them $10 an hour right now.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I know. So it's just small
Yeah,
businesses, we have to
right.
overpay. Big businesses, they have the option because they have the benefits and the insurance and the 401ks and all the other stuff set up to where they feel like it's a benefit to make $10 an hour and have a 401k and some kind of retirement program and healthcare and blah, blah, blah. But it ain't no benefit. You could take the same overage that I'm paying you for working with me and pay for your own healthcare and your own 401k, self-directed.
Right.
But yeah, we have to compete. As small businesses, we have to compete with the big businesses, so we have to pay more anyway.
Facts.
The big businesses, they're going to take a hit, which is going to pass the buck on to us, me, you, and Mike, when we have to go buy the products to run our businesses, the papers, the staples, computers, the this, the that, all that stuff's going to go up. So yes, what you said before is going to cut into our profit margin as the employer, because we was already overpaying our employees.
All right, so let's swing with Aces to travel. She asks, what type of businesses do you run? And then she says, wow, that perspective from an employer on work gaps. And I'm guessing she's saying it's hard to hear.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even understand what was hard to hear, what perspective was. I also seen a question that said something like, how did you feel when you worked minimum wage for somebody else? I worked minimum wage. I believe I was probably 16, 17, working data entry.
Wow.
Yeah, we was doing data entry, and in El Segundo, matter of fact, it was a crazy little thing. We was you got to qualify people vote. So when you get people to sign petitions and different things, you got to check the signatures and different shit like that, right? So we would do that for the whole, basically the whole United States, on whatever situation was coming up. Working minimum wage, I bust my ass. Like, I did the best I could do, the same way I work today for not minimum wage. So I don't, there was never been a up and down. In between that, I worked for Department of Homeland Security. I believe I was getting over minimum wage, but also, again, I bust my ass, like, to be the best in that shit, Terminal 1 Southwest. Like, basically, if you came to Southwest, you knew me, you knew where I was at, and they knew I can perform every job function and perform it at the highest of levels. So much so that they didn't fire me for
man,
2 or 3 years when I quit.
Dang.
Yeah. Also, too, I was going to say, like, the goal is to get out of that minimum wage
So,
situation. You know what I mean? And to show and
yeah, I was
prove.
going to say, so,
Go ahead, Kev.
yeah, so if I was to be looking for myself, I don't know if I can find that. Like, what's his name? Gary Vee say something that's profound. I don't like it, but it's profound, which is it's your business, and nobody gonna treat it, any different than that. So you are gonna be your hardest worker in your business. That's understood, but as the numbers go up, you're going from 22, and we might be looking at it from a wrong standpoint. I mean, it is the minimum. Like, I guess that's what's necessary to live. So the real question is, how do you pass the buck to the clients without losing, the shit that you built? Because they're going to be just as price conscious.
Correct. I mean, like me and you sat down before and said, what's an alternative to actually being out in the field every day? And we sat down, it was like, you have to create your product, your shine product. So it's like bottling everything up and starting the online website and having 2 and 3 orders come in every week to 2 and 3 orders coming in every day, to where when that buck does get passed on, you have this alternative income that's coming in. And that's you just leaning on you. Other people, they invest in the stock market. They invest in dividends. They invest in real estate, whatever. But if you have complete faith in you, like I did when I was hustling, I had 2 and 3 things in the same vein. You know what I mean? If I was washing cars, I was also detailing cars. If I was detailing cars, I was also selling the products online. If I was selling the products online, I was also installing the stereos, because I'm already in your car. Your music is shit. I can put some beat in here. You know what I mean? Did you also know you need an oil change? That shit's on your dad. Say you about 1,000 miles over, I could do that too. So I started changing brakes. I started detailing cars. I started changing the oil. Anything I could do to make sure that I can stand on my own 2 feet without leaning on nobody else. So with you, yours would be the product.
Yeah, matter of fact, which is crazy.
Something else.
I just got a mix that I like. You know how we talked before on how you do some additives and shit in there. I just found a mix that I really like. This would be my second time mixing it, so I still gotta play with the ratios a little bit to see if I can get it any better. But because it's the mixes, I think I can take these 2 products and make it proprietary.
You can.
For me. Yeah, because
you change the chemistry.
Yeah.
Yep. So, it's like alcohol. You can have Patron. You can't sell that as Patron, but if you mix Patron and something else, now you got a different recipe.
Patronacy.
Exactly. And now you can sell that and copyright and trademark and all that and sell it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Incredible Hope.
Slurricane. Yeah.
And bottle that shit.
And bottle it.
Yeah, okay. Mine was when I was detailing, mine was what was mine? Rain X and something from Smart Wax. It was blue.
Probably P40 or they quick wax. I don't know what they call it.
It was a quick wax.
P40.
So the quick wax and then the Rain X, and the ratio was like weird, but it was in my head. And when I could wash your car, I could do a waterless car wash with those 2 products alone. And when you throw some water on it, the water would beat up. The customer had nothing to say. It was like, I know my driveway ain't wet, but like it just does something to me that you didn't put no water in my car. I was like, don't worry about it. I was like, it's better than how I left it.
We fought that since 2007. They used to be like, what? You don't wash it with no water? Be like, is the floor dry? They'd be like, yeah, like you can roll your windows down right now. They'd be like, what? Yeah. Oh shit. So yeah, now we gotta, I've been playing with the mixes. But yeah, so this is the other thing we were discussing too, just to keep switching it back to this topic. It seems the more, so I got a guy who came in, he asked for more than what I was willing to pay him. And I'm like, all right, cool. I like the way that he performed in his assessment. Man, that dude is trash. Speaking of which, Mike, no. Remember he went on a break.
Oh yeah.
He coming back. He came back. So the differences now in playing this game is because they hired employees. Am I willing to pay the unemployment? You get what I'm saying? If I just fire, because the game changes a little bit between having basically a contractor versus an employee. So
Yeah.
these cats get hired, and then look to get fired. So that's a whole nother mind game that I gotta play.
Yeah. I mean, this could help you out, but I don't. It's tough. So what I do is when I hire people on, I make them start a corporation. So they're automatically a subcontractor. And then I'll also make sure they have another job. Because if they only have one job in the state of
Then they're your
California,
employee, right?
yeah, then they're an employee. So if you're paying their corporation, it's corporation to corporation at that point. And I even front $100. Like, I started up. What should it be? Your first, middle, and last name? Like, simple. You're not a detailer. You're not Shine times 2. No, you're your name. I'm gonna pay you in your name. I'm gonna go ahead and send it over to you, 1099 you as a contractor. So if you don't want to work for me no more, you don't have to. But now you're already set up. You have a corp and everything, and you have bank statements, and I've paid you through Square to your corporation. There's no employee. There's no social. I have nobody's social on file. You will never be an employee.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't have it on file, but I do have access
I
because
got
through
you.
because through Square it started out. But yeah, I don't collect nobody's shit. But I hear what you're saying too.
Yeah, but I just
That's
have
an
I
interesting
pay them
way.
through that EIN. That's what
That's
I'm
an
saying.
interesting way because how much do you see yourself being able to scale, or even if you're trying to scale? See,
Man, I
this is
went
the
from
go.
me to, this was a year ago that I started the construction. I went from me to 5. It scaled real fast. And then, they fall off. So one, he got a full-time job. The other one, he ended up picking up the craft, and now he works for like BT and other places, whatever. But he's still on call. So what happens is if I have a big job, I can call them at the drop of a hat. But as far as like a one I can stand on, it's probably just one. So it's
Hey,
harder
matter.
to scale like that. But a good worker, one good worker is better than 5 employees.
Hmm.
One good contractor is better than 5 employees. I don't need 5 secretaries checking emails, bro. I just don't.
Yeah, I hear that. I wanted
Yeah,
now that Brandon on here, y'all two gotta meet. We didn't
Yeah.
introduce y'all.
Yeah.
Sam meet Brandon, and Brandon meet Sam.
yeah, man.
What's good,
What's going
fam?
on? So
Man, it's
you in
all good.
construction as well?
Yes, sir. I'm out
How
here in
many years?
Charlotte.
Charlotte, North
Uh,
Carolina?
so I pivot into construction and building. I own supply company. So for years I've
Okay.
done window coverings, floors, and
Oh,
cabinets and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I pivoted into the construction world doing building out here over the last maybe 8 months, 9 months.
Mm.
It's booming out here, and I think KD, from what Sam just said, I think that's one of the things, the reason why I think the same way. In the construction world, you deal with subs.
Stuff. Yep.
So if your guy if you got 1099 guys, you don't have to have a day-to-day employee. You got enough work, you bring somebody else on to help you. And that's
Yep.
kind of the mentality behind the whole commission sale rep and then installers being 1099. You can kind of scale and grow, but yeah, you go get somebody, like you said, you get somebody who pick up the craft. You get somebody who's gonna try to dibble in what you do a little bit. They might try to start their own business, but I'd rather 1099 people.
Yeah. And I mean, it's no love loss. I'm teaching. I'm here to teach you so you can start your own shit. I don't want you to just settle here. I want you to get great so I can lean on you and you could be my go-to guy when I'm too busy. Like, yo, man, give me 10% off the rip and go handle that because I've trained you to handle that. I don't need to be there. I don't need to be doing the day-to-day. Like, you can do that. I've taught you how to do that. And you go vet it. You go talk to the person. You know my Zelle. You know my Square. Hidden when they pay you $13K, send me $1,300. It is what it is. But you gotta like have people that you trust. And I think a lot of people don't have that. They hire these people who want to be like you, and that's the scary person to deal with. When they want to be like you, they want what you have. They want the S class.
Yeah,
Like, what do you do there? Well, you know what? Go ahead.
they start counting pockets. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it get weird. Like, nah, we're not doing that. But you can vet those people too. Because they come
So
in and they're impressed, and then they do at least as possible once they get hired.
man, yeah. So like I say, the game changed with the hiring because I can't just now be like, hey man, you not cutting it, you out. I mean, you could do it, but at the same time, without the paper trail, without the blatant or flagrant
Yeah.
mistakes, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the hook for that. So I end up paying more in unemployment insurance if I just let you go like that. So um, it's a lot in protecting, like you're saying, protecting my interests.
Yeah. I mean, I know we on Instagram right now, but Mike taught me something a long time ago. Don't be married to the name because you can always deviate it.
Mm,
So without saying it, but saying it, your EIN and your EDD number is
yeah,
attached to that original court,
right.
and then shine is shine, which means that you can start
Shine too.
shine 2, and then you go right back down to that 3.1, that 1.6 unemployment tax. Just FYI.
Yeah,
It
that's a good play.
ain't been no loophole with that yet, especially like if it's a bunch of them and they keep doing it. I think my unemployment tax right now is like 3.6. It started at 1 or something.
I gotta check it
Now,
out. I just got
yeah,
a Square just sent me an email yesterday about it. I
saying
ain't
it
looked
went
at
up.
it, but you
Yeah,
know why it
so
went up? Because everybody filed on during the pandemic. All my guys filed unemployment during the pandemic, so for
yeah,
sure we went up. We had to shut down for 3 months basically. So
I
um,
get it.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I want to scale my business, and I need the control that I have. Like, I need to know that they're gonna show up at this time. I need to know that that they're gonna have to stay until this time. I need to know like everything in my vision. I haven't seen no better way to do it as of yet, but it needs to be real structured. Um, and you mentioned InNOut earlier, which is one of my business model. Um, that's how I view a successful business to look. Um,
got you. But going on InNOut, think about what InNOut does. They hire somebody that is straight in high school, straight out of high school. You don't see anyone old working at InNOut. So in the auto detailing business, everybody that hired was old. They were older.
mm,
So think about if you want to scale, you have to scale and know that there's going to be a high turnover rate, but they're going to be between 16 and 21.
that's what I'm looking for. Maybe 25, 16 to 25.
25, that's career time now. Like they're looking for like salaries now. They're looking for, you know what I mean? I need 401ks. My mom said I need this, I need that. So if you want to scale with the wages that you're paying, you're going to have to expect a high turnover rate, which means you have to constantly be on, the career apps and stuff like that. You have to go and basically hire 16 to 21-year-olds and expect them to quit at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, I think
They'll
that'll
be
be
on time though.
solid. Yeah, I think that'll be solid for what I want. And then you'll find a few like you saying, a few older cats that'll be able to manage and supervise a location, a
True.
region or whatnot, and make that shit all work. The reason why I say between 25, because I'm looking at the valets that we work with.
Mm-hmm.
So those valet car drivers are how I see what the scale look like. You get what I'm saying? Like who's in, who's out. Some of them actually ask for work. So um,
But when you're looking at valet, you have to account for their tips, bro. They'll get 5,
no,
10, keep it up front, $20, $100 tip, keep it up front, keep it in front of the hotel. I'm gonna be back in an hour. Keep it out there. Here's 20. Here's 10. Here's 15.
hey,
With detailing,
these
you're
cats
not.
don't get tips like that because they
Yeah.
working
So
for the building.
exactly. Well,
No,
no.
they don't. They don't.
You'll be
Everybody. So
surprised. You'll
yeah,
be
I'm not saying
surprised.
it don't happen, but everybody in that building works there, right? So I mean, everybody who parks in this building has to park valet.
Correct. But
So they don't get the tips in the same way. They do get tips. Some people are, especially around Christmas or some shit. But yeah, I've been watching.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. They may leave the tip in the car. They may leave it in the cup holder. You don't know. Don't scratch my
Yeah,
shit.
I hear you.
Or, just bring it down here 15 minutes early. Or if I call you, I need you to, you know what I mean? Can I have your cell? You don't know what they don't do. You don't know what you don't know.
I get
But
you,
yeah,
man.
I would say with yours, it's between, okay, if you want to do 16 to 25, you're going to have to know that at 25, they're trying to start their own business. They're an apprentice at that point. They're not an employee. They're an apprentice. They're not trying to steal your business, but they're trying to start a business based off of what you taught them. Because now they're ready to actually start a business, start a family, buy a house. Like, they're seeing the $22, like, okay, well, that's X amount of dollars, da, 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 da. Like, I can save this, da, da, da. So it's just you have a different employee. But like you said, when you first started out in data entry, you was busting your ass. 16. That's your age group. That's what you want them to do.
You're right about that. Yeah, man, it's good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in quite some
I
time.
know. Last time I saw you, that shit was like 2 years ago. And then I've been trying to jump on the Sunday calls, but I'm always working. I always got a hammer in my hand. And Mike was like, man, you busy? I'm like, dude, I don't even have my phone on me. That should be dead or somewhere else. And it's the first time I was like, Mike's online.
Yeah, I thought, every now and then we jump on this live, the Instagram live, but mostly everything we do over the Zoom. So it's more of a private channel, so we can really get into some conversations about the different shit that surround just business building. Us as black men.
Yeah, and you
the,
can
the
record it. Are you
obstacles.
able to record this too?
Yeah, so it'll record at the end. I haven't sat down and try to chop any of them up yet, but
Gotcha.
I don't want to post it to the site neither.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we're able to record this. But Zoom, yeah, we got about probably 4 or 5 months locked in on the Zoom. Like,
Okay.
that I ain't
Yeah,
even cut up.
I know. I just watch what I can, like
Yeah,
whatever you guys post. But it be snippets. I haven't seen the whole thing or nothing.
YouTube got a few of the videos I upload, but like I say, because we kind of get into so many topics, you gotta go through and edit
Yeah.
that shit, cause
Definitely.
sometimes,
Yeah.
we wanna,
It get yeah.
yeah. So
You
we
can't
want to
curse. You
keep,
can't say this. You can't do this, especially if it's on YouTube.
yeah, and some of the conversations is personal, so
Ah.
or too much gain in the sense of, you see what I'm saying. We paused. The reason why we came on Instagram was Mike was he was discussing something that was actually happening at his company. So
Oh
I'm like,
wow.
all right, well, let's kill the record here, discuss this, and then jump on the live. So that's how we got here. But
Okay.
I like it because we get a chance to actually look at Mike. Yeah, we get a chance to actually get feedback from different people. Different things. I wish the one chick didn't leave, who was saying
Yeah.
something about us, about the owner perspective. Like, I wanted to know what she was seeing or what she was hearing.
Yeah. I think people who are employees, they look at it as you're supposed to do it because the government told you had to. But as an employer, like, we trying to stay in business, and I'm paying you as much as I can. So either it's job security or it's what the government told me I had to do in real time on Tuesday. Like, I didn't account for that. And then what a lot of people don't know is that PPP is not new. Payroll loans have always existed. That's why the system was already set up. That wasn't a new system that was set up when you take out a payroll loan. All the big companies take out payroll loans. They make the money and get paid from their contracts. And then they pay the loan back. That's every year. That was Clockwork Orange. That's already been happening. What they allowed it during the pandemic was small businesses was able to tap in on their money finally.
Yeah, and
now we're saying, like, there is another way for us to pay our employees and not go broke. And I know I profit between May and September, and during that time, I'm gonna double up on this payroll loan because I know December and January about to be dead. I got to give people rain checks. I got to wash cars for free. Like, you know what I mean? But we never knew that there was a payroll loan until PPP came out, and like, wait, what? These big companies been borrowing money to
What?
pay their employees? Nigga,
Hold
that's
on.
how you scale?
Hold on. But this is, I did notice it wasn't said in a payroll loan though. So we had I had a client prior to the pandemic, who owns a nut bolts and screws company, right? So they make nut bolts and screws.
Okay.
They make them basically for Boeing. So basically every airplane being made west of the Mississippi has one of their screws, nuts, or bolts on it, right?
Wow.
So he said the whole point of this, you know, and they got to refab them every so many years and all kinds of shit. So it's constant. But he was saying the main part of their business is destroying the nuts, bolts, and screws that they make to make sure that it's strong enough to withstand so many of the variables that happen, right?
Gotcha.
So say like let's say they make 4, they got to destroy 2. Just to do it. So he said we take a loan when interest rates go down, we jump on a loan. Boom, whole project. So the project worth $40 million, we taking a $40 million loan out. We working on that loan. Then we pay it in piece, like month to month, basically.
Yep.
And then he say when they raise the rates back up, then we pay it off before they raise rates. We pay it all the way off. So now we clean going into the high rate season. He was like, so we really use their money, make, you know, the shitload of money, and then right when they raise the rates back up, we pay it all the way off and get back from underneath that debt. So
yeah, but just not to cut you off, but they already have a system in place to pay back the loan.
Yeah,
that's the
but
problem.
You're right.
We don't have a
system
system in place to pay off the loan. We have employees. We have like liabilities to help us pay off the loan. Like that don't make no sense.
Right.
So if you like, I'll bring it up again in regards to the product. If you take out a loan to mass produce your product with your new formula, that's completely different than taking out a loan to pay an employee that's going to file for unemployment. And that's how you pay back the loan. Because you already have the client, you already have other people that's looking how you guys are cleaning cars. You have the proprietary formula already locked in. You're shipping it, you're mass producing it, you're distributing it, you have the YouTube channel on how you do and how you apply it. So you already have that facet. So I wouldn't take out a loan necessarily to pay a bad employer, but I would take out a loan in this space in order to propel that different vein that I was talking about. Welcome back, Mike.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah, you guys talking about all these loans and stuff.
I hate loans, by the way. I have loans, but I hate loans.
Now this is an interesting conversation because it wasn't until now, the pandemic, that I had to take a loan. I've never had a loan for my business. But let me try to kind of qualify that. I used a credit card initially to pay, like to put some decals on my van and my trailer at one point. But
these loans that I took out, nigga, they take $1,000 every Wednesday out my account. It's a different kind of loan, nigga.
Right. That was
a little disrespectful.
You said every Wednesday.
Yeah. Other than that, we was basically cash carry. Like what we make is how we eat, and you know. And I realized that as a business owner, small business owner, I'm using my actual income to try to scale this company when I shouldn't be. I think I should be using the company credit to scale, and if it don't work, then sink the whole ship and move the fuck on, versus me taking the money out of my house and sinking my house. You get what I'm saying? So it took me almost 15 years to wise up to that because I was scared of loans. But
Shit, I'm still scared of them, and I got them. It's one of them things where it puts fire in your butt to go make some more money. But if you don't have a system in place to pay back the loan, then don't take the loan. That's my whole thing. You have to wholeheartedly believe in that new system that you need all this money for, that's going to produce XYZ in order to produce $1,000 every Wednesday to pay back that loan. If you don't have that in place, don't take it. Stick with the credit cards. Yeah, stick with the credit cards. Even if the credit card's in your name.
Hey, Sister Travel, she back.
Hey, kid, go on and ask her.
I
wanted to. I'll be quiet.
No, I just wanted to. I wanted to know what did you hear? You said you didn't like that perspective, or that perspective coming from a business owner. You was like, wow. What did you hear? Like, what was we wrong, or was it a good take? We was confused. At least I was. But yeah, Mike. Yeah, taking a loan. So when I got a chance to sit down at the boardroom meetings and shop my app, and I was watching the play that we was making,
yeah,
I was like, oh shit. So the whole goal of us raising our Series A's and Series B's, we was basically setting ourselves first as the founders.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew we was gonna make no money like the first 2 years. Like we gonna ask you for $2 million, and we basically saying we wasting it. It's that third year, fourth year that we like, all right, we're gonna start recouping profits.
Time to grow, yeah.
But we need another $4 million now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? And these cats are just literally ready to write the check. And I'm thinking, what kind of games is this? She said the truth and transparency is always hard to hear. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
we are identified with that one, Aces.
Yeah. He's like, dang, what did she hear? You kind of left us on the cliffhanger with that one. But I started realizing that a lot of these businesses, using other people's money is the way that they make money. Like, it's not about your pockets or staying away from loans, and like it's almost irresponsible. The more irresponsible you can be, the better your business will be.
Yes and no. I think what we don't realize as small business owners is that in them loans, they actually write themselves a salary, bro. Mm-hmm. We missed that step. So it's like you took out $2 million. Your salary was $1 million for figuring all this shit out. The other $1 million was just spread between 6 people, and we ran out of money. Now we're taking out $4 million. My pay is $2 million, and I'm gonna disperse this $2 million to the other people. So you are able to live based off of those loans. You write that into it. You write that into what you're doing, what you're building, how many hours you're putting in. It's a salary. But we don't do that. We take the $2 million, and we go buy some screws and bolts for $2 million.
Hold on. We gotta celebrate this. What you said right there is profound, and that's what I was seeing at these boardroom tables. Is like you say, the loan that I take out ain't just used to be spent on, as you say, liabilities.
Nope.
Wow, you gotta pay yourself out of these loans.
You pay yourself first. That's it. That's all.
Fire.
You have your little nest egg. Your overhead ain't $1 million a year, but you took it.
No, you got to
put investments. You do other stuff.
It's hard to work under pressure.
Shit.
Yeah.
So, yes, you need to leverage credit and have a plan to pay back.
Hey, Aces, follow me. Like, you have good insight.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that is. Yeah, so
his mind going. You see all the gears ticking in Kevin's head.
Yeah, because I'm just playing it back. I was so mad we missed on that app. Like we had a chance to really capitalize and we missed. But now I'm trying to. So the company that I've been building with Shine has been a bridge between, my Get Down company, which was me at, 19 starting a business and hustling, versus Shine now, where I'm actually, a CEO really learning how to build a business. Like I say,
Mm-hmm.
wanting to scale, realizing that there's resources available for us, um, realizing how to play the long game, realizing them cats I'm telling you about with the nuts, bolts, and screws. They own their land. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
Like he like
important.
yeah, he like we built our shop and we bought the land with the loan that we initially got.
Yeah, but you got to realize where they live too. So we live in California. For us to buy the land, that'll bankrupt most of us, especially a commercial unit. You got to put down 25%. So in LA, let's say it's $1 million. Between
But
me and you, we got to come up with 250,000 down, and still got to carry a loan for what, 7,000 a month.
but they knew that every job they getting is $1 million plus.
But North Carolina, you can buy some land for 40 grand. Is what I'm saying. You put 25% down, you're putting down 10,000. You can still go. You can still do some
Right.
things, which is completely different. But
Yeah.
yeah, and one thing I had to realize with one of my companies, I used to do T-shirts and do embroidery and T-shirts and stuff. I still do it on the side, but the niche that I had, it wasn't scalable. I can
Right.
hire
I
people. I
remember.
went through the same thing you were going through. I'm hiring people. They quit. I'm hiring people. They starting their own clothing lines. I'm hiring people. They quit in 6 months. I hire people. They quit in 2 months. They hire people. They quit in 2 years. And I ran that shit from '06 to now. It was what, 16, 17 years?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I had to realize, it's not scalable. It's just not. So what if you're in the wrong field to be scalable with the vein that you chose? Sometimes you have to take a step back and be like, you know what? I love the day-to-day income from washing cars, but it has to be the app. It has to be the product. It can still be in the detailing world. It could be you teaching people how to detail on YouTube, and now you got a YouTube channel that pays you. That's scalable. But
Yep.
sometimes actually going out there and actually grabbing a sponge and a cloth and some soap, it's not scalable. Not
So
to the point where you can pay all these employees and buy a house and do 1, 2, 3. Some shit just ain't scalable.
I wonder. I mean, I feel like you in the sense that I've had that thought. Of course, as you know, but I want to. So for me, I have to sync this, or it gotta fly. And
No
when I
plan
say
B.
that,
I get it.
yeah. So what we've done now is we've created a actually scalable model. Um, so I have a scalable model. We have, like you said, SOP. We got a training, um, and I got where my system needs to be installed and how. Right. So now I'm into where I need to scale it, and before I can't scale right this moment because I still feel like I need to tighten up some bolts within my systems.
Yep.
But once I'm there, I'm gonna do a mass rollout of it. Like you saying, figuring out that sweet spot in the age of employment. Is it
Yep.
16 to 21, or is it, straight coming out of high school and going into college and needing still, up until
Some extra
25,
income. Yeah.
right? We work. Our hours is conducive to second job. If you need a second job, our hours is right there where it allows for you to actually go do your career or whatever, but you need extra money to come
Yeah.
work with us.
Yeah.
So in that, I'm definitely looking for that. So once I tighten them both up, we're gonna do a mass run, and I'm gonna see what it do. Like if it's sync, it's easier for me to move on knowing like I gave it
You did
everything.
everything you could do.
Yeah, versus me saying like, damn, I just I haven't figured it out, and let me move on. The way I also know I'm on to something is we got several other companies that's trying to bite on the back of what we've been doing. I don't know if I sent you that thing, Mike, where I showed you the other car wash that was in another building, and they was like they got all these other buildings, and
No.
and their name is called Ride Shine.
Oh, you told me about
Oh,
them.
okay.
Yeah, you told me about them. Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
that happens. That
so
happened in my industry too. I used to wholesale to people all my T-shirts. That's how that's when I realized I was scalable. I started wholesaling. I'm like, oh shit, I got it now. So basically, everybody that was selling the same type of T-shirt that I was selling, I would
yep.
design stuff better than they can design, and at a different frequency at what they can design. So other people, they design one shirt every year. They print 1,000 of them, and they try to get these 1,000 off. What my business model was, you can order one shirt from me with this new design in whatever sizes you want, 4 pieces, no minimums. I'll ship it to you. And people were like, "Oh shit! Like I can actually scale as he scales." So I started designing every day. I had a goal to design a different shirt every day for 9 organizations. And when I did that, everybody just wanted the newest, hottest shit. I went from doing T-shirts to soccer jerseys to baseball jerseys. Like, what up, Quasi? And one of my fraternity brothers in the chat right now. Like, we never seen nothing like that. We just had letters on the front of our shirts. So I started like making them urban. I started putting Nike swooshes under them. I started making them look like Adidas, but say something else. I started like taking whatever Lil Wayne was wearing and flipping it. So every day I had a different design, and then all of my wholesalers like, I need that one. I need 10 of those. I need 20 of those. I need 30 of those. So at that point, I realized I was scalable. But I had to switch my model. I was trying to go straight from business to consumer when I realized I had to go from business to business. And still have my consumer side up, but my business to business, so way more. Just like you linking up with the different hotels, you going from consumer to consumer wasn't working. You linking up with a hotel or a apartment structure was completely different.
Right, and one of my fights is to not go backwards, because you know all these people that miss me. You see what I'm saying? They like, yo, can you come again? Like, no, I can't. You see what I'm saying? Like,
You can pull up over
I'm
here.
I'm missing, and you know what? Some places it works and some places it don't, because you know, they like, well, we need to keep this exclusive for our residents, you know, to have that priority feel. So
Yeah.
but I'm on the stretch right now, Marina Del Rey, where I had a client at a building prior to the building that I'm servicing. So I'm able to bring her car. Like, they basically gave me the key to the whole complex, so I can move like I want. So I'm about to start hitting this. I think it's about 4 or 5 buildings on that stretch.
Okay.
I think I'm about to market to everybody for this day. But that also is going to mean that I got to get better in hiring. You know what I'm saying? Because my current team right now wouldn't be able to take on more influx like that.
Yeah, that
So,
bandwidth not there.
yes, getting paid to do what you love is fire. I agree, but I don't know what I love.
You do. It's customer service.
I was gonna say I like building the puzzles of the building of the business, trying to make it fit, make it work.
Oh, you like Mike then? Yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Once he's done with that though, he's bored, which is scary. Because he helped me do some shit. I use that shit to this day. It was like some accounting software I was trying to figure out. I was trying to balance all of my businesses, and at the same time know how much profit I made and how much I spent. And me and Mike sat down for 4 hours just sharing a screen, and he literally tweaked everything.
Damn.
And after that, he don't even look at it no more. I'm like, dude, this fucking software is awesome. You should use it. He's like, no, I'm over it. Like, I get it. I'm like, damn. All right, whatever.
Yeah, Mike is my consigliere as well. We, you know, I got a card. I've been telling you about that since I started. I got that card game, the conversation card game.
Yeah.
I had Mike come over and
do the trial and errors and tweak it. Did it launch?
I haven't launched it. You know, this is unfortunate for me. It felt like a baby, you know what I mean? Like a real personal baby. People that come over, they love like the concept. You know, I might pull out a card or two and give them the questions, and they like, man, this is dope. Let's do it. And I always just run backwards on it. But I already mapped out like the Kickstarter and how I would launch it.
How you would do it?
Yeah, I gotta do it. That's it. Found
Yeah.
a place that'll print it, but in that I've also now this is coming out. It's not gonna hold this back. I got a poem book. It's not necessarily poems. Like I'm not no great poet, but it's a thought book centered around the same theme with in a picture book type style with
Okay.
some pictures and shit. So my goal for that is to have that done by July 14th, mapped out so I can send it to a publication to get
Okay.
published. So that's
And then Mike knows how to do all that shit, which is crazy.
we
From
already
music
sat
to
down.
right. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, what don't you do? But that's what I'm saying. Like he figures it all out. He puts all the gears together for you. All you got to do is be like, Mike, this is my idea. He's like, oh yeah, I know a guy. Or
But that
1, 2,
right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He'll walk you through the steps.
And that's why we get along so well because we basically, we in the same mind in the sense of how we make that move. So, yeah, that's gonna come out. That it's personal like the card game, but it's broad in a way that it doesn't necessarily reflect me. It's just thoughts or whatnot.
Gotcha.
So I think, with the card game, I know where it can go. I need to link up with some therapists, family therapists, sex therapists,
Okay.
so that it can have a companion piece to it, so people can actually have these conversations and get better
Yeah.
in relationships or whatnot.
Yeah.
So
I know your name is Kevin, but you was probably the first Kevin Sanders who didn't even know it.
right.
You're
Without
card
that,
games without bashing women, right?
Right, there you go. But this is not even about women. This is so the gist
It's a
around
relationship thing, right?
Right. People date for 10 years, 15 years, or get married and be together for 15, 20 years and don't know who each other is.
And can't ask them questions. No, I sat down with
yeah.
Mike and talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we need that, and we need to have that therapy piece that's actually, and I think I can make a companion book on the back of that with actual therapists writing in subjects.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you see what I'm saying, as a companion piece. So it's not just like, do you spank your kids or should we spank our kids? It's what's the harms in spanking your kids?
Yeah.
What was the reason why you felt they should have your kids spanked? I'm for spanking my kids, whether that's religion that's talking for you, and having those in a box so that people can actually understand where they at with it. Because, some people get married and never discuss how they gonna raise their kids.
They don't. Yeah, Mike taught me that. He was like, dude, you don't know your spouse until you have a kid. I was like, shit. I'm like, no, I know her. 15 years in, we good.
Right. So in the detail company for me is a moonlight really to what you see what I'm saying I really think I want to do, in the sense of just having those products, having that conversation out, and maybe being able to balance the two.
You will be able to balance it too. What I'm telling you, just from my experience, because I detailed before you, is that detailing is not scalable, but products are. And what you're doing, you're actually creating a product within the detailing world, which is the product is the hotels now and the residences. So now you have a scalable product based off of what other people have built. It's not you driving to someone's house anymore. It's you setting up a waterless car wash with 300 residences. Completely different than detailing. You created something completely different now. That's not detailing. That's different. Yeah, that has nothing to do with detailing. You're washing cars, but what you're building is a business, a service to the residents of a hotel or a residence that service did not exist. That's a scalable business. It's a service. It's no longer I detail cars. It's I'm building this system to where a resident can come down and her car is clean. It ain't gotta be detailed.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah,
actually. So remember, I told you InNOut was my model.
yeah,
So for a long time, I just stuck to three things: wash, wax, leather clean.
okay,
I wasn't even trying to get into the detailing more so. So we've opened it up a little bit more because it's great fodder for my guys, right? So we talked about earlier in this conversation on how they can build skills to go out and do on their own.
yeah,
Well, a lot of the times people who are going to come work with me, they want to learn how to detail cars. So by being able to show them how to buff, polish, wax, carpet clean, and extract,
yeah,
it gives us hopefully moving. I had one guy that was in the PPF, I'm talking about clear coat bras over the whole
okay,
car. But we just didn't have a clientele that would want to spend $3,000-$4,000 to get, a
yeah,
car wrap.
yeah.
But
And that's when he has a corporation and you subcontract him out for
you should have
that
did that.
specific client who wants it. You know what? He's under our umbrella. I'll bring him out and I account for him.
We should
You know
have
what I
did
mean?
that.
Yeah, it's
I
like
missed that one.
no, you didn't miss it because it's still there. You can still reach out to him. Like, yo, you corped out or LLC, whatever people are into now. Yeah, I got an LLC. All right, cool.
Well,
On board.
if you're gonna do if you're looking for any investments, like corporate Series A type conversation with what they call them qualified investors, you
Yeah.
gotta go C corp. It's hard for them to do that with a LLC. But
Yeah, because the LLC, you're the owner. You're the meats and the potatoes. With an S corp, you have at least 100 shareholders and employees. With a C corp, it's all employees and the CEO. You know what I mean?
right,
So when they want to buy something, they want to make sure that they have complete control of it. And with a C corp, you have complete control. With an S corp, you have to talk to 100 investors. With an LLC, you are the company. That's why I tell people, I was like, why you start an LLC? Because Instagram told you to? Nah. Be like, dude, C corp it out if you want employees, S corp it out if you want to flow through. So real estate, music,
right.
the detailing. I mean, the detailing could be C corp too, but it's like stuff that you want to be able to take a loss or a gain on to be able to qualify for a house or not pay any taxes. S corp it out. But
And I took the S corp route until I'm able to build and scale. And
you
then
can always switch it.
yeah, right. And then I could take off that election. I also just this year too started paying myself W-2 myself. This was the first time through the S corp.
Okay,
So
my question to you. So I talked to two different accountants, and I was corporating myself out too. I was W-2ing, and I realized I was paying. So in order to pay myself $500 a week, I had to pay $650. And then I talked to my guy, and he was just like, "Are you S corp?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Just pay yourself just a regular salary. That'll be your flow through. So if you want to make 50,000, just say that your S corp profited 50,000 at the end of the year. So instead of you paying 150 every week to have a W-2, just pay yourself 50,000. Now under your personal, write off as much as you can and live off of your 50, because you're going to end up paying more taxes trying to be a W-2 as an S corp. W-2s are for C corps. I was like, what?
I did the same thing. I spoke with my tax lady. So the reason for me doing it that way was I was running into the headache of showing of my, how. So once I run my personal W-2 or not, and my numbers wasn't looking good to buy a house because I'm writing off everything. So they're looking at the AGI at the end, going like, well, "Shit, you really ain't make no money." I'm like, ain't that the goal? Like to show as little money made, so I don't gotta pay tax, right?
You can still do that with an S, not to cut you off.
Right. So I was doing that, and they wasn't really fooling with me. So I'm like, what do I need to do? They was like, well, if you had a W-2, we would be able to change the way it looked. So this is me talking with the real estate person. So for this
Yeah.
year, for sure, I did the W-2. So when I'm looking to purchase, I got this. You see what I'm saying? It's a different level. So now it looks like I got income from me W-2 and income from a business versus
Yeah.
it looking like one.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see what it looks like. But I think we need to probably grab Jeremiah next time for this conversation on.
Yeah, bring him in. So my understanding now is, and Mike can concur, is that you end up having to pay additional points on the back end, on the front end.
Right.
But we think of it paying these additional points like it's impossible, like this 2% or whatever. But when I actually sat down and did the numbers, I got pre-qualified on the S corp with a flow through, no W-2, but I had to pay 2 points, 2%. So a $750,000 house up front, I had to pay $15,000. That's before my down payment. But when you do the math, you realize that I would have paid way more than $15,000 in income tax.
Income tax. Okay.
So it's like, okay.
Guess we about to see, huh?
Yeah, bring Jeremiah.
Bubble. Yeah, I'm about to
Man,
bump
but
my
it
head
was great
so.
talking to you, man. I got my
let's
coworker here now. We are out to build him a cabinet real quick.
Man, for sure, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, I'm gonna tap in next Sunday. I'm gonna try to put it in my calendar this time.
Yeah, we start at 8:30 in the morning. If that's too early, we usually go to at least about 11. We trying to box it in, but the more people we get in and out, the longer the conversations be going.
No, I get it. So. All right, for sure, man. But it was great talking to you, and whatever I can do to help, man, just tap in. You still got my number.
Yep, same, man. I appreciate it.
All right, for sure.
See you soon, man. We gotta link up soon in person too.
Yeah, that too. All right, yeah.
All right, go. Let's see. Yeah. So we appreciate y'all coming out. We gonna end it today. Aces to Travel. We appreciate your input. This is we usually do it on Zoom. We're not really on IG Live, but maybe we'll do the little IG Live a little bit more because we love y'all input. So thank you. See y'all next week.